Sorry, mate. Yep. Sorry about it. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Well.
So we're underway for the PST2 semi-final. Two players that know each other, played in the final last year of this tournament. Adam Hills, very high profile, comedian, and a great comedian really, with the success he's had in Australia and also England, where he's now a citizen. He's serving. He's playing Dan Kelly from Newcastle, who got into it when he watched Adam Hills' video on the sport, and they both have a club foot. That's why they're in PST2. It's 15 all. 30-15, I should say. In favour of Adam Hills, as Kelly found the net. And he's in yellow, resplendent in yellow, with the Leighton Hewitt cap on backwards. Black, pinkish red, black top, pinkish red shorts for Hills, and orange shoes as he plays the backhand. And then the whipping forehand from Kelly, and Hills is deep with his return cross court, pushing Kelly from one side of the court to the other, and he's 40-15. Well, we had the PST1 semi-final, one of them anyway. The Alex Hunt, New Zealand, was impressive, dropping just 2 games against Shanowski of America, 6-love, 6-2. Did have 4 break points in a couple of Hunt's service games, Shanowski, in the second set. Couldn't get a read on him in the opening set. Good serve, swinging serve by Hills as Kelly plays into the net. Became a father recently, his lovely wife and son are here. Made the trip down from Newcastle. Lovely part of the world Nathan Ryan and his family have come from. One of the organisers of the tournament. So good start by Adam Hills to win the first game. And as I say, they played this final last year, and Hills got the job done against Dan Kelly. Started his career as a comedian as a 19-year-old, and he's had a lot of success on stage, and he's won the Edinburgh Comedy Festival Award. It's a bit like the Comedy Wimbledon or the Australian Open in tennis. Huge event, really. Here's Kelly, the left-hander from the Grace Park end, the Hawthorn Mansion end, and he misses with the first ball. Second ball's deep. Hills takes it high, short return. Forehand Kelly, Hills on the backhand, goes cross-court steering. Kelly down the line. An open court for the forehand. And is wide. It's 15-love. Hills won the first game. 1-love. Kelly serves again. Hills fends it back on the forehand. Kelly with the forehand down the line. Hills gets it back. Kelly goes for the smash. Backtracking. It was a lob. A good lob into the sun that Kelly was unable to control and puts it into the net. Puts himself under a little bit of trouble. Love 30 in his opening service game. Here's Kelly again. Yellow and black from the Richmond Football Club. lovely resplendent yellow top. Second serve again, that was long, and it's brought up 2 break points for Adam Hills early on. Breaking of serve was a big issue in our earlier matches today on our show court 5, where we're broadcasting on the stream. Swinging serve, Hills takes it mid service box, deep return by Kelly, and Hills fends it wide. And he gets on the ball at 15-40. Still 2 break points up for Adam Hills to get an early break and lead 2-0. Kelly serves again. Hills on the backhand, steers it into the net. Was a little bit off balance in playing that fending backhand Hills. And Kelly saves 2, 30-40. Winner through to the final. Number 1 seed in the other semi-final. Hills being number 2, Kelly being number 3, gets it back Hills, serves down the tee, forehand cross court. Kelly does well to defend and just get his backhand, which lands out. Good play by Hills to dictate most of that point and have Kelly on the defence, and his backhand was wide and long, and so he's broken Kelly in the second game. 2-0 lead, 2-love lead. Here's Hills to serve now. He looks at the sun. Make sure he gets the ball tossed right. Again, Kelly having trouble controlling, but in another error. So quite got into his work yet, Dan Kelly. Adam Hills getting a lot of easy points so far. Serves again, just by a long way. Ballooning it out. Second serve, Kelly fends it back and it lands wide. That was a serve that just caught the service box line and might have bamboozled or befuddled Kelly a little bit. It bounced higher than he anticipated. 30-love, Kelly steers it back, double-handed. Hills comes to the net and forces his forehand into the net. Monica Sellers. Chris Evans was the first to start with the backhand, double backhand. One of the greatest players to play the game. Here's Hills again. First ball finds the net. One of only 6 players to win 100. Double fault by Hills. 100 singles matches at all 4 Grand Slams. The others were all superstars. Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal. Martina Navratilova. What a 6 and that is. Double fault there from Hills. He misses again. It's 30 all. Opening the door slightly for Kelly to get a break back early days. Third game of this opening set. PST2 semi-final. Kelly runs around, deep forehand which Hills can't control. If you get it on the forehand where he can whip it, I think he's going to be quite dangerous, Kelly, and it brings up a break-back point for him. 30-40. Hills some work to do. Kelly steering a double-handed backhand, but didn't quite have the footwork where he wanted to have it. And that was very wide indeed. So an opportunity goes begging for Dan Kelly, and we're at deuce. Kelly, again, the backhand, guiding it long once more. It was sort of a half-hearted shot. Again, it was a serve with bounce. Adam Hills is pretty tall too, but like Alex Hunt was much taller than Shanowski's opponent. And bounce early days had Shanowski in a world of bother. First ball's a foul. Game point for Hills to bank his break. He misses again. He's had a couple of double faults this game, Adam Hills. Missing by a fair way, back to deuce. He of course hosted Spicks and Specs between 2005 and 2011. An outrageous success on the ABC TV. Alan Ruff and before hers for his team captains. Some wonderful guests. Into a rally here, and Hills on the forehand, Kelly on the backhand, both at the baseline. Short by Hills. Kelly comes to the net and then plays another smash into the net as Hills tried to lob it up. It didn't have enough carry on it. And Kelly was there camping. Once more, maybe the sun's in his eyes. He misses a smash that he probably should have put away. Game point for Adam Hills. Backhand Kelly, got it low. Hills picks it up with some slice.
No.
Kelly then goes wide once more. The unforced errors from Kelly had an opportunity to get back into the match on serve, but let it go, and Hills leads 3-love in the opening set. He told me yesterday, Adam, that the best guest he's ever had is Weird Al Yankovic, who used to do the parody of a number of songs, including Beat It, which is one of Michael Jackson's greatest hitters. I remember Ross Wilson was on the show, Marina Pryor was on the show, a lot of comedians. And Hamish Blake, early days of his career, was a regular. He had that cheeky look the entire time. Scott was on. It was a great show. Alan Brough was a star. His team used to win it most of the time with his ability to answer questions, especially the questions at the end where they had 60 seconds worth of questions. A lot of the other segments were lots of fun, worked beautifully, such as reading a book and then having to read it to a tune of a song, and the book would be so different to what the song might be. He had his own show. He'd written a couple of them actually. One he's just done his 300th episode, and also won an MBE for his services, commitment to highlighting people who play sport with disabilities, or really all ability sport. He's been such a big push for this para-standing tennis sport, if you like, or genre of the sport to get underway. We've spoken about the fact that wheelchair tennis is massive. Dylan Alcott's played a big part in that, but then again, these athletes haven't grown up in wheelchairs. Dylan's paraplegic, he has. It's much harder for them to adjust to it. Here's Kelly, down love 3 after blowing an opportunity in the previous game to get on the board. Backhand of Hills goes wide. Kelly serve a good one down the tee. Wins the first point of the fourth game. Into the net. So fault called. Kelly serves again, a double fault, letting him down a bit. Love 30, so some work to do for Dan Kelly. We're getting a little bit of deja vu again of the first set today in the PST2. Kishi led 4-0 in, or 4-love in. He eventually lost the match after winning the first set in a tie-break, 10 points to 8, the match tie-break, which happens at the moment. If it's one set all, you're going to match tie-break. First ball's wide again from Kelly. Trying to take the pace off, just not quite getting it right. The serve, the radar. 15:30. Serves again, swinging serve. Forehand, Hills, deep into the corner. Kelly on the scurry. Hills had an open court to hit to as Kelly was pinned in the corner, and he put it wide. Adam Hill would be disappointed with that. 30 all.
Let it go.
Kelly again. Hills on the backhand with some slides. Kelly double-handed backhand short. Hills forehand comes to the net. Great volley. And then Kelly picks it up. Hills another volley again, but didn't quite find the opening. Well done by Dan Kelly. He said to be out of the contest on a couple of occasions, but he worked hard to stay in it. And that second volley was a bit lower, and Adam Hills, being a big man, had to bend down a bit and couldn't execute it the way he would have liked. Brings up a game point for Kelly to get on the board. Down love 3 in the opening set.
40 cut.
Kelly serves again, goes wide. Second serve, Hills runs around on the forehand, goes cross court. Kelly does well to get it high, and Hills gets it back again with an attempted smash. Kelly keeps it alive. And Hills goes wide. And Kelly is on the board. A couple of times he's been out of the point, he's scurried hard, he's worked hard. He got that one high. Hills sort of half smashed it. But was a bit sort of undecided how he was going to play it. That's why he described that. Anyway, well done Dan Kelly. Worked hard to get on the board. He trails 1-3 in the opening set. Quite warm out there for the two players. Hills to serve. Kelly with the backhand. Low, going cross court and missing. He's receiving a fairway behind the baseline, not as far as Rafael Nadal, who, as I said I think a few times, would find himself virtually in the crowd, but he loved to do that so he could then rope it open and get around that forehand and just keep whipping it back, whipping it back, whipping it back. Going cross court and eventually winning the point, no matter how many times it took. First ball from Hills into the net. 15 love and 3-1 up. Kelly had his chances in the previous game to break back. He'd love to get that opportunity and maybe nail it this time. Not maybe, definitely nail it. Takes it on the backhand. He was off balance in playing that. It was a shortish second serve that landed halfway into the service box, and he got himself all tangled up. And over Castrian, Hills is 30 love. Serves again. Kelly with the backhand, rifles it back. Hills with the forehand, comes to the net. Kelly plays a nice shot, but Hills' volley is excellent. Straight down the middle of the court. Kelly was camped behind the baseline. It's a good return by Kelly, but maybe too much into the hitting zone of the volley of Hills. Serves again. Backhand Kelly, double-handing. Forehand Hills deep. Kelly gets it back. Hills comes to the net, whips it down the line. The attempted lob by Kelly, and then Hills is able to smash it away into an open court. Kelly showing great sportsmanship, claps him, and he just gets it in. Good play by Adam Hills, who's doing some good work at the net. Kelly not quite getting it, rolling those wrists sufficiently enough to get it over the head of the tallish Adam Hills, force him to retreat to try and get it back, setting it up for him to be at the net either with volleys or smashes. 4-1 for Hills now, after 5 games in this PST2 semi-final. Still continuing on court 4 in the second of the PST1 semi-finals, the unseeded Australian Brett Hillier up against Michael Beglin, the number 2 seed, the teenager from Ireland. And the winner will play Alex Hunt in the final tomorrow. He had a comfortable win over the American Sam Shanowski, winning quite easily, 6-love, 6-2. Probably didn't play as well in the second set as he did in the opening set. Now Adam Hills throughout his career has been involved in sport. He was a host of the 2008 Paralympics for the ABC. He used to do it every year, ABC television, hosted by the brilliant Karen Tyre as well. Glenn Mitchell would do the athletics. Peter Walsh was involved, Jerry Collins. He also did the radio for many years. I was lucky enough to do 3 Olympic Games with those very talented gentlemen and the great Karen Tyre. But Adam was a host of the 2008 Paralympics over in Beijing, and then Channel 4, which he's employed by to do his show. He was the co-host of the London Paralympics. London Olympics, one of the great experiences of my life. Sydney was wonderful, but London had 12 years to better it, if you like, being a big city like Sydney, a bigger city.
Probably mine that I
And
didn't
of course,
finish.
technology had gone up
There.
in regard to putting stadiums together. Things had improved and advanced with infrastructure, and it was sensational. Sydney was brilliant. London, as I say, because of the changing times, maybe slightly better. And Great Britain themselves had a magnificent Olympic Games. Here's Kelly. Alex Hunt played in the previous game, serving from the Grace Park end. Second serve. Hills gets it back, keeps it in play. Floating ball from Kelly short. Hills down the line. Kelly with a forehand. That's short too. Hills goes on the backhand. Forces Kelly on the forehand to go cross court. Hills with the backhand slice. Down the line, Kelly forehand. Forcing Hills to go on the run and loop it up. Kelly again plays in the middle of the court. Hills will come in as he plays a deep forehand. Kelly looking to try and keep it alive. And he did well, Dan Kelly, to keep defending then, but Adam Hills got on top. Coming to the net, was able to play it deeply and expertly. Up 15. Lost one of the balls, I think. No, it's at the back of the court. Kelly, some work to do here. Up 15, down 1-4. Serving from the Grace Park end. Swinging ball. Forehand by Hills was deep. Kelly a short forehand. Hills a deep forehand. Comes to the net from the Kelly backhand. Volley by Hills. Kelly plays the lob. Hills the smash. Straight back to Kelly in the hitting zone. A magnificent passing shot down the line on the forehand. What a shot that was. Didn't do enough with the smash then, Hills. He likes to come to the net, Adam Hills, like Alex Hunt did earlier today. And Kelly is basically a baseline player, but that was as good a shot as we've seen all day. Wonderful passing shot by Dan Kelly. 15 all. He serves again. Aiming for the tee, just going a little bit wide. He'll serve again. Second serve with the forehand court. Takes the pace of it. Hills runs around on the forehand. Backhand Kelly. Middle of the court. Hills deep with the forehand. Kelly rushes it back on the backhand. Hills tries, well, a low percentage slice, drop shot from beyond the service court or the service box and misses. And then sort of laughs at himself for maybe trying a shot that is always going to be difficult to execute. 30-15, Kelly. Okay, in this service game. Unfurls and goes a little bit long. Second serve, takes the pace off. Hills runs around. Nearly befuddled him with the bounce. Down the line, Kelly. Hills just gets it back. Kelly comes down, smashes it away. Hills was sort of at the base of the court and he was trying to work out which side Kelly was going to go to, and Kelly just took the pace of it and smashed it away with a lot of angle to win the point and give himself 2 game points at 40-15. Starting to dictate a couple of points now, Dan Kelly, working his way back into the game and the match, certainly dominating this game. Down 1-4, serves again, backhand Hills. Kelly digs it out from the baseline. Hills comes to the net and he approached it with a beautiful forehand cross court. 1 game point saved. 40-30. Field number 1 is involved in the second of the semi-finals of PST2. Here's no kid, Amon Lewis from the United States. Second serve, Hills. Kelly with the forehand. Backhand Hills, cross court. And Kelly with a backhand. It was a bit tentative, the double hander. It was very low indeed and finds the net. Just actually makes its way to the net. So he's gone from 40-15 to juice. Still some work to do to get himself out of this. Tell players' energy being sapped a bit as it gets warmer.
No, just good.
Juice and 4-1 for Adam Hills. Keely got the ball with the barrier, the job in front of him. Good serve. Hills can't control the fending backhand. It was a good serve. It was approaching body serve material, and it is a game point for Dan Kelly. Temperature at 32.5. It's getting warm. 36 is the cutoff. They'll get through this match, I would have thought. 4-1. Kelly into the net. Lazy serve. Back to Juice. Just can't close out this sixth game of the first set. See what he's trying to do there was just take the pace off and get it in, although could have set up Hills. Maybe try and swing it, but just had absolutely no pace at all to even get over the net. That serve was a bit long. But more power on it. Second serve again for Hills to look at. Plays the forehand. High. Kelly with the backhand. Sorry, the forehand himself, left-handed, going cross-court, had Hills scurrying, and he's gone wide. So it's an advantage here. Missing a golden opportunity. Hills on the back foot there to go to game point, but just missing. Break point for Hills. On the forehand, plays it high again, short. Kelly comes in and goes down the line, but I've got a feeling he might have missed. He has missed. 2 occasions he had Adam Hills having to scurry from one side of the court to the other with forehands, and on both occasions he wasn't able to get the job done, so a double break for Adam Hills. He leads 5-1. Come out and serve for the first set. To book his third consecutive final spot in the Oceania Championships in PST2. Hills serve, backhand Kelly. It's the top of the net, favours Hills. Kelly plays it back on the backhand, and then Hills comes in and plays a nice little drop volley. Again, Kelly just not getting enough depth or even able to angle the volley. Sets up for Hills, who has been very good at just dropping it away, and Kelly's camp behind the baseline, can't get there in time. First ball was a fault, and it's 15 love for Adam Hills. Gee, completely missed that one.
Right in the sun.
Apologised. 15 all.
It's right behind me, to the side of me. Yeah.
Bit of a chat out there between the two players who know each other well. Adam just a very, very good. Swinging serve. Hills goes cross court. Kelly with a backhand slice down the line. Hills digs it out defensively. Kelly a double-handed guides it, and then Hills hits it way too long. Misses the baseline by the length of the Flemington straight. Dan Kelly has 15-30 on Adam Hills' serve. He still has some work to do to close out this set. Serves down the tee. Kelly guiding it again. Is that another one he's missed? He's been aiming for the line a lot. And on that occasion, he's actually got the line. Thought he might have just missed it, but he got the line. And 2 break-back points here. We've seen players a lot tighten up over the years. And even at the Australian Open this week, when they've been in a position to maybe win a set or win a match, find it hard to finish it off. The problem with Adam Hills in this game is that he's missing a lot of the first serves, which doesn't help you, as we know, in the game of tennis, or the sport of tennis. Second serve, Kelly takes it high on the backhand, guides across court. Forehand Hills, Kelly into the middle of the court, took it out of the court basically. Deep from Hills, forehand Kelly, Hills with the short forehand. Kelly whipping backhand, and Hills tries to slice again from way behind the baseline, and even tried sort of a sliced drop volley, which he again would have found very hard to execute for being so far back, and it's the net, and he's been broken. So Hills leads 5-2, but still has some work to do to close out this set as the temperature continues to rise. Well done to Dan Kelly. Good work. Just getting better and better and better as the match goes on. Keeps aiming for the corner there, down the line, and he has missed a few there when he's had Adam Hills on the move and out of position. Very dry sense of humour in his delivery, Adam Hills. Almost like a moody little boy at times. The way he would host Spicks and Specks. Have that look in his eye that he was up to mischief, but then again that was the show. Before her, very good music presenter on Triple J for a long time, and Alan Bruff, just a music buff basically. And then the guests they had, well, they were pretty good too. Comedians would have fun, and the musicians always had a great story to tell. Generally loved to be on it. Some magnificent musicians, of course, in this country and around the world. Adam sort of gave them an opportunity, whether they were current or in many cases in the back end of their careers, to tell their stories. Even though the show is compact, 30 minutes at a number of segments, and just to have some fun basically. So 90 seconds in between games. Hills trying to, as you can see on our stream, set up beautifully by Nathan Ryan, another Novocastrian of the same town in northern New South Wales as Dan Kelly, the home of the Newcastle Knights in RL. They've battled a bit in recent years, had a memorable victory in the two competitions were split into Super League and the ARL, and they're in the ARL, won the final over Cronulla.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
In 1997, sorry, over Manly in 1997. Here's Kelly serving at the pavilion end after getting one break, and that was a good serve, and Hills has forced that away out of court. It was actually a fault. Keeps it in. Hills goes deep with his return and puts it wide, remembering they've only got 2 balls on court when they play. PST1 and PST2, 3 balls for the rest, 3-5, including 4. So it's 15 love. Can Kelly consolidate one of the breakbacks here? Finds the net with the first ball. Still playing next door in that second semi in PST1 between Hilliard and Bedlam, the winner to play Alex Hunt in the PST1 final. Deep on the left by Kelly. Hills gets it back, but then Kelly plays it very short. Hills with the backhand, and Kelly with a magnificent forehand cross court. Hills did well with his little backhand angle, and you thought Kelly will struggle to get that, but he picked it up and played the shot of the match, and Adam Hills, showing wonderful sportsmanship as he always does, claps his racket and said, "That's too good." Brilliant from Kelly, just starting to get the tricks going, starting to find the accuracy, keeping the ball in, more often than not. Brilliant, Dan Kelly, and it is now 30 love. Needs an easy service game here to continue rising in confidence.
30 love.
Low first serve. Keeping the fluids up. There's a big esky down there, no doubt full of water. The organiser's doing a great job here. Forehand of Hills into the middle of the court. Kelly with his forehand. Hills now on the backhand and slides. Kelly picks it up nicely into the corner. Hills does pretty well with his backhand, but just carries the line. And it's 40 love Dan Kelly. Just starting to go to the net a bit. Putting a bit more pressure on Adam Hills. He's having to sort of change the way he plays. He is certainly slicing a lot of balls. Putting a bit of top spin on some of his delivery too. A high profile comedian. First ball into the net, and also of course a great advocate for all ability sport, hence why he's won an MBE. Second serve from Kelly, 40 love, looking for an easy service game. Hills on the backhand, goes cross court. Kelly picks up the forehand, Hills the forehand. Down the line, Kelly, a guiding backhand is deep. Hills gets back and gets it on the forehand. They trade from the baseline. Hills with his backhand is too long again, forcing it long. Kelly beginning to win a couple of the, well, half longish rallies, if you like. If that makes any sense. Normally what I say doesn't. And it's 5-3 now. So Adam Hills gets another opportunity after he was unable to take it to serve for the first set. He knows it's warm, Adam Hills. There's not a lot of shade down at that Grace Park end where he's serving from. There's just a slither of it near where the big sign's set up. He serves now. Kelly gets it back. Backhand fending from Hills. Kelly with the forehand aims into the corner. Hills retrieves it. Kelly with the forehand. Hills picks it up again. Kelly has an open court with the volley. Hills back there now with a magnificent lob, and Kelly can't get there. What a great point that was. Dan Kelly was on the attack. Adam Hills was on the defence, and he stayed in the point, as it often happens in all levels of tennis. And he wins the point. He's got his hands on his knees, the big fella. He's 55, but he's still fit. I'm 57, and if I was running around like that, I'd be in diabolical trouble. In fact, that went out from Hills. I thought it was in. 15 love. It's a good effort, though. It was a great rally.
Okay. Yeah.
Double fault, 15 all. It's a bit hard to see at times on the screen, and in the corner if you're looking at it with the naked eye. Kelly back, mid-court. Forehand cross-court, Hills was deep. Kelly just gets it back, lands in, and Hills had wrong-footed him. Kelly didn't quite know where he was going to go with it. It just landed in over the net on the edge of the tram lines, and he was able to slice it away cleverly, and Kelly was nowhere to be seen. 30-15, Hills 2 away from winning the set. Leads 5-3, 2 points that is. Can win the set, first ball's long. Second serve, takes it high on the forehand. Hills gives it back. Nice forehand from both players. Kelly now on the backhand, goes cross court. Hills likewise on the forehand. Kelly with a backhand cross court. Hills keeps it alive and then plays the backhand slice. Attempted lob from Kelly, didn't get enough on it. Hills puts it away down the line, caressing it cleverly to bring up 2 set points. Just hasn't got the lob right yet, Dan Kelly. mainly pushing it up, and Hills is generally there to put it away and without a lot of aggression. 40-15, 2 set points for Adam Hills to win the first set here. I wonder if they'll keep the match going even if we reach the 36-degree threshold. Hills serves deep. Kelly gets it back. Hills forehand cross court. Kelly on the background. Hills scurries and keeps it alive. It's short. Kelly comes to the net on his backhand, and Hills passes him with a wonderful forehand cross court. We've seen a couple of those today from both players, and what a way to bring up the first set from Adam Hills. He looks a bit cocked, but he still won the first set, 6 games to 2, or 6 games to 3, I should say, as we get ready for the second set. Well, to get a chance to fill up their water bottles in these warm conditions. Dan Kelly played some good tennis, but I think the big issue was that he just didn't execute as well as he would have liked. He's trying to come to the net. Hills is more settled in coming to the net, being taller, and the lobs are sort of more speculative than successful by Kelly. Anyway, a good opening set. And Adam Hills, who beat Dan Kelly in the final last year, is 1 set away from going into another final and making it a three-peat, or being in contention to make it a three-peat in the final tomorrow. Done well to get through quite a few matches so far. The heat makes more of an impact in this unusual Melbourne summer. I don't remember too many days in the 30s. It's either been boom or bust. Into the 40s, we had a terribly hot day which caused bushfires, and again we think of all the people between Seymour and Yea up in the States North, very old friends of ours. My late parents, 5th generation farmers, lost so much livestock. A 140-year-old shearing shed, lovely cottage where friends used to stay, and most of the property, the acreage, was covered in black, if you like, from the damage of the fire. They saved the house, obviously Harcourt, Central Victoria, near Castlemaine and Bendigo, Ballarat, which is in the west for those that are listening and watching our stream that are from other parts of Australia that don't know those iconic parts of Victoria. But Harcourt is the apple-growing town or area, if you like, of Victoria. And the fire caused all sorts of havoc there, so we wish everyone the best. It's a very, very hot day at 43 degrees. A shock. I heard originally it was going to be 45. Melburnians or Victorians can't really cope with that, except maybe Mildura up in the north, where there have been days even in the mid to high 40s. I don't know how you can survive in that. You don't tend to get too many days reaching 50 here in Australia. Certainly 40 is hot, and we know that the AFL season gets underway soon. I think way too soon. We've got a state match, which is basically an exhibition match between Western Australia and Victoria in Perth, 14th of February, which to me, in the words of the robot from Lost in Space, danger, 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 Will Robinson, considering the weather. I would have thought it'll be high to mid-30s. I have a lot of hot days in Perth, having lived there for a few years. It's Tony, as usual, doing a brilliant job, giving the court of water, as the players themselves are going to get some water. And the veteran tennis official has been a Lions person and also a mid-court judge. He's been on matches involving Roger Federer, 2008 women's final. And a career that's been, and running this tournament. He'll run another tournament for All Abilities next week. Involving the blind and the deaf, which is great. A lot of the outside courts will be used for that. Wheelchair tennis as well, the juniors. Then it stops at the Australian Open as the singles matches, and to a lesser extent the doubles matches and mixed doubles start to dissipate. Further you go into the tournament. Got some third round matches today, of course. They start to play early to sort of try and get through as many on the outside court as they can until the heat policy comes in. But at times Tennis Australia have not quite utilised the heat policy as well as they should, because they're a bit obsessed, in my humble opinion, of what the wet bowl does. I would have thought with the hard courts that it might be 10 or 15 degrees hotter out, and I've been told too, out on a tennis court compared to normal temperatures. So if it's 41, 42, I remember Maria Sharapova played in an Australian Open and it was really hot, and the officials refused to close the roof. It was, I think, Rod Laver Arena. Might have been 2014. And she complained to Roger Federer about it afterwards. Wayne McEwen, they couldn't get hold of him, the tournament referee. Eventually they did, and even though it was telling us that the wet bowl wasn't at the level that they needed to close the roof on the courts that had a roof and stop play on the outside courts, they eventually did. Way too hot. I think it's just all about the temperature. It needs to be all about the temperature, I think. Made a decision here that 36 is the cut-off point. So I wonder if we'll get to 36 and these matches won't be complete. We're still going out on court 4 next door to decide who will play Alex Hunt in the final. He had a comfortable win. Very good win in his PST1 semi-final. Oceania. That's on stream 2, that one, if you'd like to have a look at that, between Brett Hillier and Michael Beglin. No commentary. The Australian Oceania Championships. Paralympic standing. Para standing. So a bit of a chat between Adam Hills and Dan Kelly after they came back from a bit of a break, which of course they're allowed to do in these conditions. They're having a chat now.
Which side? Change ends, right?
Yeah, if you change it ends, because it's officials, but they're also, that's all about changing ends. So we're going to keep going. Tony's done a great job to make sure the court looks good. He has a chat to his two players to ensure they're okay. They were confused about which ends they needed to be at. Adam was at the other end, I think. So the first set is over. Bit of a break for a few minutes. Hills has won at 6-3. Dan Kelly some work to do to get back in it.
After the warm-up, we both agreed to call it a draw,
match
and we both played the winner of that one in the final.
PST3 match earlier today, which was swings and roundabouts, talking about momentum in that game between Suki Kishi, or Shun Suki Kishi of Japan, the 3rd seed, and Eduardo Perez, the number 2 seed of Chile. And Kishi had raced to a 4-love lead. Perez fought back a bit, but still lost the set 6-3. And then there were breaks of serves all the time. On the second 6-4, after being 9-4 up the tie break, it was on his 5th match point, he got the job done 10-8. So Kelly to start the second set, serving from the Grace Park end. Second serve, takes the pace off it. Hills takes it high with a forehand. Kelly with a forehand cross court. Hills is there to cover it on the backhand. Kelly a forehand deep. Hills with his forehand. And Kelly this time pokes it down the line. Hills, his forehand though, is mishit into the net. Love. First point of the second set.
No.
Just a bit long the first serve.
Sorry.
Second serve. Short. And Hills climbs all over it. Kelly does well to get it back with a high lob. Hills having to backtrack. And in the end he just guides it back mid-court. Kelly was a little bit unsure what he had to do there, but he just gets it back. Incredibly, he mishit it. And Hills wasn't able to get there. That was interesting what Dan Kelly was doing then, as you could see on the stream, and that he just didn't quite know how he was going to play that shot. In the end, he just sort of lunged at it, mishit it. I reckon nearly hit the frame of the racket, and Hills couldn't get there. Went through his own racket at his end of the court. Luck favours the lucky. 30 love. Serve into the net. Takes the pace of a deep serve. Guiding it back forehand, Hills. Kelly gets it back on the two-hand and Hills mishits badly. Going wide. Gives Kelly 3 game points to get off to the perfect start in this second set. Lost the first set 6-3 in the the Oceania Para Standing Championships semi-final day. A couple of finals later on tonight in the doubles. Swinging serve by Kelly, wide. Second serve, takes the pace off it. Hills, backhand cross court. That was a beautiful angled backhand that nearly hit the tram lines and Kelly wasn't able to control it. Ugly steer down the line. Kelly serves again and into the net from Hills. More placement on the serve and he holds serve. So be happy with that. He's ahead of the set. It's often important when you're serving first if you can get that advantage of winning the first game and constantly winning your serve. Puts more pressure on your opponent. Adam Hills getting ready to serve. He's played tennis most of his life. Got involved in setting up a rugby team in England, I think, called the Warrington Wolves. They were an all-abilities team. Mad keen South Sydney supporter in the NRL. Have got probably the most high profile or celebrity supporters of any team in the NRL. Ray Martin, New South Wales Premier, former New South Wales Premier Nick Griner, Andrew Denton. Backhand Kelly. Hills had trouble getting that back. He was rifling those returns nicely. Kelly had Hills on the move and he can't control it. Love 15. Again, backhand. First ball's long from Hills. Second ball, takes it high. Kelly guides it back mid-court. Hills goes cross-court with the forehand. Kelly goes wide with his return, just lands in. Hills gets it back, and now he plays the backhand down the middle. Kelly on the forehand mid-court. Hills with a deeper forehand. Kelly with a backhand that loops long. 15 all, so he continues to take hold. I wonder how many long rallies we'll have here. 15 all. Hills serves again. Kelly on the backhand. Hills down the line with the forehand. Kelly with his forehand. Again, there's been a few mishits from Dan Kelly and That was the lower part of the net once more. 30-15 Hills. Love one down. Here's Hills now. He serves into the middle of the court. In fact, it's a let. Kelly took that from his body, flicked it back with slice. Serves again, runs around on the forehand, but gee, badly mishit that. Way too much on it. 2 game points for Hills to make it 1-all in the second set. As it goes on and on, you can get that on stream 2, the Brett Hillier and Michael Beglin match. PST1 second semi, Alex Hunt already through. The number 1 seed from New Zealand to the final. Hills second serve. Returned by Kelly. Backhand by Hills was fended deep. He still has a game point here to make it 1-all. So it looks stifling out there. Not a cloud in the sky. Serves again. Backhand Kelly guides it close to the body. Forehand from Hills. Kelly with his forehand is low. Now he plays a forehand with more strength and Hills can't control it. He went cross court, went wide with the angle, went deep, and Hills virtually unreturnable. Back to juice. Some work for Adam Hills to do here, having won the first set. Kelly returns, Hills backtracking just behind the baseline, plays it down the line. Kelly takes it high. And now he's on the forehand again. Hills goes the backhand, but he was attempting a slice from right on that baseline, as you can see, and that was probably the wrong shot. It's juice.
No.
Hills misses. Bothered, no doubt you would be by the heat. Adam Hills serves again. Double fault, misses. And in fact, it wasn't juice, it was an advantage to Kelly. Scoreboard catching up now, and he's managed to break it. Take a 2-love lead in this second set. Adam Hills again taking shade, as I've mentioned a few times. Shown on our stream number 1. As I say, stream number 2 has got the Brett Hillier and Michael Beglin epic. Brett Hillier unseated in PST1 singles, and Michael Beglin, the teenager from Ireland, is number 2. Adam Hills trying to take umbrage from the sun. There's not much shade though down at that Grace Park end. He's again defending behind the baseline. Attacking hard is Kelly, but well done by Hills. Nice forehand cross court. Kelly came to the net, which probably isn't his preferred option, and he couldn't get the overhead volley back in play. And it was a point he was dominating as Hills was just defending. Kelly was playing good shots at him. Love 15. Hills bends it back, misses by a fair way.
Tony, go to the bathroom.
He's battling for a bit of touch this set, Adam Hills. Dan Kelly. Missing. Second serve. Hills across court. Kelly fends it back. Hills plays it nicely cross court, and then Kelly was on the way to approach in with a forehand down the line, but hit it too low. He's still 30-15 though, looking to try and bank this break and be 3-love up, putting himself in a good position to take it to a match tiebreaker. First to 10, you win by 2. Hills forces it back mid-court. Kelly on the forehand cross-court. Hills goes backhand mid-court. Kelly down the line with the forehand. Cross court from Hills. Kelly the backhand, Hills backtracking. It was deep.
One mate.
And it was too deep from Hills, that forehand. Kelly, 40-15. Starting to get into a few rallies, and I like what Dan Kelly's doing. I'd say that he's just shading Adam Hills. They're not long rallies.
What is it?
They're medium-sized rallies, for want of a better expression. Here's Dan Kelly again, serving and missing. Second serve, he took the pace of it way too much, and it just limped into the net. Still some work to do to negotiate this
What is that?
break that he got in the second game to make it 3-0, 3-love. Stop saying nil. I've called tennis for a while, Daniel. Get it right. Down the line goes Kelly on the attack. Beautiful little pickup volley. Hills went to get it, couldn't. Did well to get it back after Kelly whipped it down the line. And that was great reflex by Dan Kelly at the net to play a bit of a stock volley on the move. And he manages to win that game, and he leads 3-love in the second set. Won the first set 6-3.
Hey Joel, tell mate, is that umbrella there if they want to
So this match is flipped on its head a bit. Break for Kelly couldn't have come at a better time. He's playing obviously better tennis now than he did in the first set. He's not missing as many balls. He's keeping a lot more in play, and Hills just struggling a bit. Got the colourful umbrella for Adam Hills if he wants it. Not requiring it currently. But you see him whenever he can retreating. I have mentioned it a few times that down at the Grace Park end there is a beautiful sign advertising this wonderful tournament, and he is doing his best to find what shade there is. There's obviously a lot more shade with the grandstand here. Dan Kelly's now got a towel over his head, looking a bit like a ghost. Like his colours, it put him in the top 25 of, well, I reckon he's best dressed. He's not the most interesting dressed. I remember Venus Williams's cat suit, if you like. She was rated #1. I wouldn't have Naomi Osaka #2, but because of its difference and ingenuity, she was given that opportunity to be rated #2. We've seen Maria Sharapova, of course, even Nick Kyrgios, despite the fact that he will go down, in my humble opinion, as a wasted talent. He just hasn't quite made it, and I don't think it's got anything to do with ability. He has beaten some good players over the years. He made the final at Wimbledon. I think it's got a lot to do with his attitude, that it's not that important to him. He looks at other things, other projects he can get involved in. Loves his basketball, likes his commentary, got a couple of business opportunities, and he's mate in the doubles, and they got beaten the other day. Special K, Tanasi Kokonakis just can't get his body fit. He was able to play doubles because he doesn't have to serve all the time, but still don't think he should. You know, in badminton, in the Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games, I was a media advisor. We'll get back to that in a second. First serve from Hills was no good. Second serve was even more disappointing by Adam Hills. He's struggling in this set, and he's down love 15 and down love 3 after winning the first set 6-3. And in the badminton, the Commonwealth Games, Australia had a big chance of winning the women's doubles. Hills misses with the first ball, and their best player was also playing in the mixed doubles. Geez, just missing his serves everywhere, whether they go in the net or whether they land halfway past the service box. Adam Hills, 2 consecutive double faults, love 30. And he goes wide. That was a nice serve, just right on the corner. Kelly steering the double-handed wide. Likes to angle his shots and go cross court. It's going a little bit wide at the moment. Hills serves. Kelly fends it back mid-court. Hills comes in behind it and puts the forehand away. Nice shot, Adam Hills. Back to some of the form of the first set. And from love 30 to 30 all. And Setiana was her name. As Kelly goes long. And she was playing in the women's doubles. And as I say, they were probably the gold medal favourites for Australia. She was also playing mixed doubles, and she hurt her leg, fractured her leg. It was kept pretty quiet. Hill serves into the corner, picked up by Kelly, and he did well to whip that cross court, got to the higher side of the net, and Hills wasn't able to control it. He's broken again. 4 love. Kelly had a break point and finished it off, so this set falling away for Adam Hills as the epic still going between Brett Hillier and Michael Beckler of Ireland. Hillier doing really well. He beat a seeder player in the first round from Australia. He's unseeded of the 11 players that were part of the draw for the PST knockout tournament, PST1. This was round robin as there were 8 competitors. Cross court goes Kelly, and then Hills with a magnificent wrong footing forehand cross court. Kelly was behind the baseline, sort of had that cross court covered, but that was angled to perfection by Adam Hills. Best shot he's played for a while. 15, looking to try and get his way back into this second set. Won the first 6-3. Swinging serve, goes wide. Second serve, misses the service box he was meant to target. He gets a wobbles, love 30. So yes, Setiana was playing the women's doubles in the badminton, and also the mixed doubles, suffered a fractured leg, and if she had pulled out of the mixed doubles, which I think she wanted to, she wouldn't have been able to play the women's doubles, which ultimately they got beaten in the bronze medal playoff, I think because of her injury. Which I think is a ridiculous rule. Second serve for Kelly. Lost his way in this game. It's a deep serve. And in fact, it's a bit too deep. 3 break-back points for Adam Hills to get 1 game back in this second set. He looks up at the sky. He knows it's hot. It's damn hot. And his return is a bit meat then. He sort of just fobbed it back. Kelly got a little bit more depth on that serve to win his first point of this 5th game. I think if Kokonakis couldn't play singles, pulled out of Adelaide, he shouldn't have been allowed to play doubles, in my humble opinion. Couldn't quite get the serve right going down the tee. I understand that he and Kyrgios have won that tournament before, the big marketing tools. Considering haven't done a great deal in the tennis, a bit of a surprise. And down the line goes Kelly, because Hills just had trouble getting a lot of depth back on the returns, and that's been the shot that at times has let Kelly down. He's aimed for the lines and he's missed it on occasions, but starting to find his target. 40-30. Kelly serves again. Fended back, short return by Hills, and Kelly comes to the net. Tried to spoon it back in, but he hits the net, and he was down a break point, and he has been broken back. So Hills gets one break back, still trails 1-4 in the second set. Won the first set 6-3. You could look at it both ways, couldn't you? That if she pulls out of the mixed doubles, she should be allowed to concentrate on the women's doubles. Fractured legs, pretty hard to be playing, particularly in the intensity that the Commonwealth Games tournament or a major tournament presents itself, and a home Commonwealth Games as that was as well. Pressure on them. But then you look at the other side and say that if you're fit to play one, you should play the other. That's where I'm looking with Kokonakis and Kyrgios. It probably tells you a fair bit about, this is a pretty even tournament, some very good players in it. But it probably tells you a bit about Australian tennis overall. But outside Dimonor, who I'm still not sure will get past the quarterfinals, even though he's ranked top 5, played pretty well against Tiafoe last night. Madison Inglis in action today. She goes out, and I just think she might have played a final the other day. It was a mighty effort to come from a long way back. 28-year-old from Perth. But we still don't have a lot of quality tennis players who are able to go to the next level on a regular basis. And obviously this particular genre in the sport is at its infancy. Adam Hills has got a pretty good record at the PST2. He's in his mid-50s, but that doesn't mean anything. He looks fit out there. It's when his first game of the second set, trying to claw his way back in. He serves to Kelly. And he trade shots from the baseline. Kelly double-handed backhand. Yeah. Hills down the line with a ripping cold winner in the heat. Did what Kelly's done a lot in this set, aiming for the lines and getting the lines. 15 love. Great shot, Adam Hills. Here's Hills again. Kelly with the forehand. Bit of topspin. And Hills will miscue this. 15 all. Sort of mixed his game up a bit, Dan Kelly. The longer it's gone on, there was more slice from Hills in the first set. There were some drop shots as well. We saw how good Alex Hunt was with those drop shots earlier today. They were magnificent. And he's bowling at the net as well. Some warm applause for the match next door between Brett Hillier and Michael Beglin. The winner of that will play Alex Hunt in the PST final for singles. 15 all here for Adam Hills. Taking a bit of a cursory look at that last point. Caught next door. Plays on the backhand. Whipping forehand, but too much height from Kelly. Volleyed back by Hills. Kelly was able to get it back, lands in, backtracking Hills, plays a short, attempted drop volley, whipped away by Kelly, and then he plays the volley from the Hills return. Hills picks it up after another volley from Kelly, and it lands out. Good rally, good point, well played both players. Hills defending, Kelly getting on the front foot, and managing to win the point. 15-30. Down 1-4 Hills. Tennis to watch at the moment. Kelly takes it on the forehand, steers it short. Hills comes in behind his forehand, and then Kelly trying to flat it back across court with a whipper. Hits the lower part of the net. 30 all. Hills looking to win his second consecutive game in this set. On the first set, 6-3. Kelly returns short. Hills looking to follow in his forehand down the line. Kelly could see he was going to go down the line, so he came across, had good movement, but Hills puts it into the net as the errors continue to mount, and he's down another break point to trail 1-5 in the second set. Kelly plays it close to the body, fends it back mid-court, and Hills goes cross-court. Plays that nicely. Kelly can't cover it. That was a good serve too, the good body serve. It's an important sixth game here. The star Adam Hills, TV star. Guiding it backcourt, Kelly. Backhand chip by Hills. Good volley as Kelly tried to go cross court, just picks it up, and then Hills goes down the line. Does that land in? No, it just goes wide. Kelly on the defence a couple of times there. No, Hills did actually win that point. I thought it might have just missed, but it just landed in going down the line. So he's got an ad here to make it 4-2. They've either hit the line or just missed the line going down that tram line on the forehand side, down at the social club rooms end. And he's into the net with another double fold. He served a few of those in this set, Hills. Back to Juice. The sixth game taking its time. Here's Hills again. Serving to Kelly on the forehand. Too long on his forehand, Kelly. Hit it a bit too hard. Maybe just trying to keep it in court a bit. So I think that Hills is battling a bit with the heat. A little bit more than Kelly. It's a bit of a guess, but it just looks from here. Another game point for Adam Hills to be still a breakdown in his second set. Taking some time to close this game out. Got a couple of juices already. Hills serves. Kelly gets it back mid-court. Hills can't get there. He took the pace of it. It's almost a disguised drop shot. Plenty of slice from Dan Kelly. And we're back to Juice. Here's Hills again. Swinging serve, Kelly down the line. Hills gets it back on the backhand, it's short. Kelly could see an opening, but he didn't execute it well enough. Too much on it, gives Hills another game point. Kelly's battled to get that break point, but Hills has struggled to get that last point to win the game. Parry and thrust here. Hills serves. Kelly fins it back mid-court. Hills down the line. Kelly can't keep it alive, and Adam Hills breathes a sigh of relief. Manages to win that game. And stay in the set at 4-2. So there's a result, we'll find out for you, between Brett Hillier and Michael Beglin. Court 4, Hillier the Australian, Beglin the Irish, number 2 seed. Nathan Ryan's going to help me out with that. Warm round of applause there, that was a long match as well on stream 2. I hope you enjoyed that. Brett Hillier scores again, another upset. He beat a seed to play yesterday, and he's beat the number 2 seed today. So he's into the final up against Alex Hunt, the number 1 seed tomorrow. And the He is a Western Bulldogs tuner. They won the flag in the AFL in 2016. They said, why not us? And they won it. Why not me for Brett Hillier? Starting to fall away a bit in this set, Dan Kelly, after having a 4-0 lead. Unassailable almost. It's lost the first point of this particular set, and the second. No oomph, no serves at all. Energy sapping out there now, love 30. Adam Hills takes his cap off. Perspiration just drips away. Kelly serves again, takes the pace off at Hills, fends it back, comes in behind it, good volley from the Kelly return, and then Kelly tries to flick across court and is just rolled into the net. Love 40. Looking for his third game in a row to be back on serve here, having dropped his serve twice early in the set. Adam Hills, the number 2 seed, reigning champ in this particular classification, which is PST2. Kelly serves again, takes the pace off it, Hills the backhand cross court, comes in behind that, and Kelly thought, well, I'll try and pass down the line, but he hit it too high and wide. And has been broken to love. 4-3. So a great win by Brett Hillier. Dan Kelly with his wife and young son here, who's 10 months old. Playing some good tennis, but just been off the boil the last 3 games. He puts his towel over his head, gets some more water out of the esky. This is all iced up. Adam Hills puts his towel, as you can see, around his neck. He's going to put up that very colourful umbrella just to protect himself from the sun during the break. He's right back in this. Adam Hills goes back on serve. He was down 4-love and in some trouble, really battling with the heat. I'm not saying that it's improved a great deal in regard to that psyche, but Kelly has lost his way a bit, making a lot of unforced errors in the last 3 games or so. A chance to clinch this set and take it to a match tie-break, which we've already seen in the PST3 one earlier today by Eduardo Perez. He had a horrible start, losing the first 4 games in the first set, 3-6, 6-4, and there were service breaks galore, but he managed to hold his serve and then win the set, and then had the match tie-break in his keeping for a large portion of it. And then all of a sudden, his opponent, Shun Suke Kishi, was able to fight back and at least make Perez work for it. He'll be involved, of course, in a doubles final tonight. PST3 and PST4. So a big game coming up here. Serves Hills to Kelly, who clips the net, and then Hills comes in and set up for him, but Kelly with a lovely passing shot cross court as Hills was at the net. And Kelly's done that a couple of times today, rolled the wrist beautifully, wonderful tennis shot. Passing shot like that, always great to watch, and love 15.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Kelly takes it high from the Hills serve. Hills with a forehand, Kelly with a backhand, and he was reaching at that off balance. Puts it long.
Thank you very much. 15 off.
Kai Ryan and Shinzuki Kishi are playing Daniel Scrivano and Luke Misson. Again, Kelly misses. Hills 30-15, 2 points away from evening the second set up. He looked dead and buried in this second set at love 4. Serves now to Kelly, guiding it back, backhand short, and Hills with his forehand cross court, had an opportunity, even though Kelly had gone across court to cover that, he hits the net. 30 all. Vital pointers, it often is 30 all at 3-4. When you're serving to stay in the set. For Adam Hills, he serves, takes the pace off of Kelly on a forehand, oh gee, hits that way too hard. And very inaccurately. Missing a lot of shots now. Game point for Hills. He's also doing it, Adam Hills, Kelly, down at the Grace Park end where there's less sunshine. Trying to find, or less shade I should say, trying to find what shade he can. First ball from Hills misses. There's a game point here at 40-30. Second ball just lands in, and Kelly puts that forehand, maybe trying to hit it too hard. Finds the net once more. Many times he's done that today, Dan Kelly. And Adam Hills has come from love 4 to 4 all. 2 games away from progressing through to the final. He's already an Australian into the PST1 final. Brett Hillier, what a win that was. Over young Beglin, went a long time. Both players looked pretty tired at the end, perspiring a lot as you would expect. Fended back by Hills from the Kelly serve. Short return by Kelly. Hills gets it back, then Hills approaches the net. That's a better lob by Kelly. Hills does well to force it back in play. Back into the point. Kelly lobs it up again, a shorter one. Hills will go for the smash. Takes the pace off it. Kelly the forehand. Hills the forehand cross court. They're back behind the baseline trading. Kelly and then Hills with the forehand. Kelly with another forehand. Took it height short. Hills with the forehand. They're just working each other out now. Backhand Kelly. Hills with a backhand. Kelly then tries a slice backhand. Comes to the net. There's Hills and plays a deep shot. Kelly puts it wide. The best rally of the match. Both players at times were dictating terms in that rally. And Adam Hills wins the point. Dan Kelly might take some confidence from his best lob of the match so far, which went over the head of the taller figure of Adam Hills. And it's love 15. First point. Incredibly, if Kelly loses this game, it'll be 5 on the trot, and Hills will come out and serve for the match. When you would not have backed him for love or money at love 4. Certainly found his way.
It was such a long point, it felt like 2. Wow.
Yeah.
He looks absolutely cooked
Yeah, counts as a game,
as
right?
he
That's right.
makes his way slowly to serve in the backhand court. Right in front of our commentary box here in the social club rooms at Grace Park. Down the line goes Hills, cross court, Kelly. Now he's on the forehand, Kelly. Took it high, it was a deep return by Hills. And Hills goes even deeper, too deep. 15 all. In the words of Eddie Murphy from Beverly Hills, deep undercover. How deep, 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 deep undercover. Here is Kelly again. One of the great movies from the 80s. Great time to be alive. Hills just gets it back. Short return. Kelly comes to the net. Good volley. Well played, Dan Kelly, the stock volley. Hasn't had a lot of success with the volley today. Good serve, saw the returns from Hills a bit short. And he's now 30-15 with his nose in front in this set at 4 all. One stage over, he was 4 love to the good. Kelly serves again. Finds the net. It's approaching 2 o'clock local time. So expect this to be the last match for a while. Second serve, took the pace off it. Kelly, Hills all over it, deep. Kelly pokes at it short. Hills with the forehand, comes in behind it, and Kelly can't control it. 30 all now. He's got a bit more mojo, a bit more pep in his step, Adam Hills. After working his way back into this set. He's know each other pretty well. He's got a towel hanging up at the back of the court at the Grace Park end, attached to the poster they've got up there. It's a good idea in these very hot conditions, unforgiving conditions really. Second serve for Kelly. Hills on the forehand, follows it in and puts pressure on Kelly, who just drags it underneath the net. Good intimidation by Adam Hills to decide now, maybe make these points shorter. My bowling's been generally okay today, and maybe he went away from that early in this set. And he has a break point to make it 5 games on end, from love 4 in this set to be 5-4. Kelly battling as you would in this heat. Goes back to his white towel, hanging up on the fence. Break point. Kelly serves. Down the tee. Misses. The serve been an issue. Second serve. Takes the pace off it. Flicked back by Hills. Forehand Kelly. Backhand Kelly down the line. Backhand Hills. And underneath the net. And he saves a break point.
Love it.
Dan Kelly. He's moving slowly too, isn't he? Serves. Just misses the service box. Second serve, running around Hills. One leg in the air, plays the backhand Kelly, and then Hills manages to find the corner. And Kelly had no energy there, no oomph to be able to cover that. Hills just had to execute it correctly and did,
Why am I in trouble
to a nicety.
I didn't mean to be naughty.
And brings up another break point to move to 5-4, and then he'll come out and serve for the match. Book a spot in tomorrow's final in PST2. Remembering that's been a round robin tournament, 8 players playing in that. Kelly serves, swinging serve misses. Second serve again, Kelly. Takes the pace off it, Hills with the forehand. Kelly with the forehand cross court angled. Hills lobs it long, keeps it in. Kelly, backhand with slice, Hills with the forehand. Taking it hard. Kelly backhand cross court. Hills goes low with the forehand, which was dipping. Kelly can't control it. Hills breaks his serve, makes it 5 games in a row, and he will come out and serve for the match very shortly. They'll take a change of ends. We'll get some results a little bit later on of the other matches. There's been a lot of matches occurring on the other 3 courts, of which we don't have cameras up. Nathan's done a magnificent job to get Stream 1 up for Court 5, which we're broadcasting at the moment, and Stream 2 up for Court 4, which has just seen the epic between the Australian giant killer Brett Hillier, I should say, is through to the final in PST1 against Alex Hunt, the all-compassing Alex Hunt. And Michael Beglin is just young, 17 years old. The number 2 seed from Ireland was defeated. And of course, earlier today, we saw Eduardo Perez advance to the final in PST3 over Sean Sukankishi. 3-6, 6-4, 10-8 in the match tie-break. Number of match points to get over the line, but found it. He's got another chance though. He's in the final of the PST3 and 4 combined doubles, of which he's playing with a very impressive youngster, Kai Ryan. And PST4 is generally for the short-statured players, of which Kai is one of those. Loves his sport. Has appeared on a podcast organised by the NDIS provider J-Man, Danny Steffiari and Jeff Field, known as the coach. Nathan Ryan has as well to try and promote this sport. And they've done a great job. Marita, of course, who's on the organising committee as well, Adam Hills himself and a few others. Very passionate about it, still developing it. As Adam Hills gets ready for Dan Kelly, taking a bit of time. Adam Hills, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world, to serve for a match. All players have a propensity to tighten up, but Adam Hills has done a mighty job to rein Dan Kelly in this set after looking all at sea early in the set. Looked good in the first set. They took a bit of a break. The lads, who, of course, in these conditions, to fill their water bottles up, maybe a toilet break. And I don't know whether they had enough time to have a very, very, very quick cold shower, but they could have as well. Here's Hill, serving for the match. Kelly guiding it back, double-handed backhand. Hills with the forehand down the line. Kelly chips it back, and then Hills just plays the volley successfully, and he got very close to the net then. Makes it 15-love. His momentum nearly carried him to the net. He just stopped and made sure he hadn't touched the net at all, remembering that if you touch the net in playing a shot, the point goes against you. 15-love. Slipped away in this set for Dan Kelly, but done a great job again. Hill serves. Kelly takes it on the backhand, close to the body. Forehand, Hills cross court. Kelly on the run. Can't control it. Under the net. Hills 2 points away. Knowing that he's a chance of defending. For the third consecutive year, the Oceania PST2 singles title into the final. Just a bit long with that swinging serve into the forehand corner. In fact, no, it was in. And Kelly's return into the net. He looks absolutely cooked, and it brings up 3 match points for Adam Hills. He serves, backhand Kelly. Hills on the backhand cross court. Kelly whipping forehand cross court. Hills on the backhand, couldn't control it wide. The first one saved. 40-15. Remembering we don't have chair umpires. We will tomorrow for the final. And you've got to keep a close eye on the signal. Thought the first ball was wide with the serve. Second match point. Kelly on the backhand deep. Hills retreating. Keeps it in. Kelly with his backhand cross court. Backhand from Hills short. Kelly forehand follows it in. Hills with the backhand. Love stock volley by Kelly, and he tries to get the second stock volley. Couldn't. Hills was able to get it back, and Kelly puts it wide. Adam Hills through to the PST2 final. A hug for each other at the net. That was a good volley by Kelly, but Hills got it back, and Kelly couldn't control it. And they thanked the crowd as well. In these hot conditions, I dare say they're probably relieved, even though Dan Kelly is out of the tournament. Well played, Adam Hills, to come from love 4 down in the second set and reel off 6 consecutive games. And he eventually won, and won quite comfortably, 6-3, 6-4. So he's through to the final. the number 2 seed and hoping to make this tournament his own again with a 3rd consecutive win. And I think it's an opportunity now to have an ice bath, maybe another cold shower. And Kelly the same as well. They look tired, they've had enough. They've done a great job though. We'll endeavour to catch up with Adam Kelly a little bit later on. Looks like it might be it for a while. With the very hot conditions, temperature now in the mid-30s, and we're hoping to play some doubles tonight at 6 o'clock. I'll also get some other scores as well. Come back with those, and then we'll take a break for a while.